Hello. Hello.
Amazing. Here we are. Are we good? I'm not sure. Fantastic. Amazing. Thank you all. I know. Good morning. Thank you all for being here. This is pretty cool. We're really excited to be one of the speakers. Love the guys at Fantastic Arcade and Games Y'all and the entire Austin community. Big supporter, so thank y'all. Yeah. Today, we're going to be talking to y'all about the secret sauce, which is intentionally vague and mysterious, but all will become not a secret later. I'm Melody. I'm Melody Geiger.
And I'm Karina Teruya.
And I guess we're just going to jump straight into it. We're just going to do little intros and then talk about our secrets because we're such good friends. So we'll be giving all our secrets to you guys. And then takeaways, and I guess Q&A is happening in the lobby afterwards, so you can hunt us down then. But jumping straight into it, Karina.
A little intro.
Who are you?
This is me. Melody wrote my slides, so nap time McGee, it is very true. I love naps. I recently graduated from UT Austin, literally this May. I'm very baby. And I studied game design and traditional fine arts and also liberal arts. I did a lot of things. I love learning.
Triple major. Couldn't pick one.
And during my time in college, I did a lot of game jams. Anytime I had the chance, game jam after game jam, especially during COVID, where it was every 2 weeks I would do a game jam. And it was just learning something new every time. And then I've done a bit of contract work as well for different game studios around and people. I don't really know if I'm good at everything, but I try, and I try to be nice.
I think you are.
Thank you. I don't try to be short, but I am short.
It just so happens to be that way. Yes. And then also link to.
Yes, my portfolio is up there if you'd like to see my work and my LinkedIn.
All the art. I do want to overstate that her art is incredible and everything she draws is really amazing. I see fun, so I'm going to give it a hot sec. Just a little bit. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Quick. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. Next is me. Hi, I'm Melody. I also wrote this slide. But I think I'm a producer. I went to college with Karina at UT Austin. I was a double major in game dev, pretty much, and Spanish as well. Got a certificate from Texas Immersive Institute there as well. And things about me. I also like game jams, but I am not nearly as versed as Karina. I think I might have 5 game jams, y'all.
You've got a good number under your belt.
Okay, but you've got 20.
So yeah, maybe.
That's right. And what else? I love nature, and I think that I just like being outside. Even if I don't exactly know how to be outside, I don't know if that's a thing. I like going on walks and whatnot. Let's see. I've also done contract work. I've done a little bit of contract work for Farbridge here in town, some UT researcher projects as well. During my time there, I also interned at Meta, and I've studied abroad in Mexico and did a short film there. So I've sort of tried doing lots of different things during my time in college. But hey, also just graduated. And let's see. I do like Guitar Hero quite a bit. I'm not very good at it, but it is fun. And I play basketball.
And also Linktree.
Also Linktree, yes.
Go check Melody out. She's awesome.
Lots of things, lots of links. And intro into who we got, what we're doing up on this stage.
Yeah. So we're recent graduates, but we also started our own game studio just last year, where we've already launched a game, and we're working on our next one, and we've got one on the back burner. And you might have seen us around at some of the game sale events if you've been to them before.
Yes, I don't know. I love the Austin game dev ecosystem, so we're usually at a lot of the events. But yeah, Merge Conflict Studio was co-founded by 6 people, so you've got 33% of us on the stage right now. And we, for our senior capstone, created a game called Refresh, and Refresh was showcased at GDC, and from there, like while we were in school, which was just a crazy experience, but while we were there, a lot of industry people were like, this is kind of cool, because we were going to give the game away for free.
And then they said, no, you should make money off of your work, be proud of it. And then things spiraled, and we had to start a business.
And now we're here. It's showcasing to GDC to starting a business was a crazy pipeline. But yeah, if anyone has questions about that, we could also totally feel free to ask us afterwards. Yes. Okay, now's the part where we give away our secrets, because we have little time and many secrets to go through. Specifically, what we do at our studio to make our games our games. I think right now, the industry is in a crazy time. The world's in a crazy time. And so I guess we're trying to bring light to the day-to-day of game dev and like what we do outside of games that make our games, I think. Yeah. So, and we have a bag full of things.
Mysterious things.
Secrets, one might say. First thing to do, to run a studio. Hey, you have to work like a lot. Wait, I gotta find the thing. How does that work? Okay. This is a mouse laser pointer. Because at Merge Conflict, we forgot that.
We forgot that.
That's important.
We are so committed to working together and being a studio that we also committed to being roommates. So we share a house, all 6 of us. And it's not as bad as you might think it is.
It's true. It's actually kind of fun. Kind of pretty fun. But instead of like walking over to my friend's coworker's roommate's desk, I like laser point, which is not going to work in here, but I laser pointed them to be like, hey, getting attention, you know. Working a lot. We have set hours. Part of working a lot, I think, especially when you're roommates and friends with your coworkers, is making sure you're organized and on task. So for us, we use Notion.
We love Notion.
Love Notion, guys. It rules. But using that, making sure it's robust and it's doing what it needs to do. I think part of this also is like time tracking, which I know like if you're freelance, that's kind of how you get paid, right? That's an important part.
And also respecting boundaries.
Yes.
Like, for one, like set good work hours for yourself. Like we're still learning that, and it's a ever learning process. But just don't work all day. That's not good for you.
Yeah, I think coming out of college, for us, it was, at least my mentality in college was like, do as much as possible all the time. Go, because you're young and why not? And also, I like doing things.
Like, you're looking at a double and a triple major here, so.
Yeah, figuring out this, I think for us in particular, has been a balance, because it's like, oh, I'm out of college. Like, I could actually go to bed before 4 a.m. now. This rules. So yeah, part of adulting and working a lot. And then overcoming adversity is, hey, making games is hard. And we don't know everything, and that's okay. But working hard means we have to figure things out all the time because we're problem solvers. I have like 30 tabs of just like Unity lighting and trying to figure out Unity lighting, any like reading material I can get my hands on to learn it. And so that's been a lot, but we're getting through it. And we do what we can, I think, even if it's hard.
Yeah.
Next one, we've got Secret Out of the Bag, which I guess I should pull these up beforehand, but staying active. We kind of already mentioned that. It's a little basketball. I like playing basketball, y'all. Throw it at the audience. No, just kidding. You like climbing.
I do like climbing. I know a lot of game dev people are also into climbing. I see people around at the gyms.
Raise your hand. Is anyone in here a climber? Two,
yes,
three,
yes.
4. The hands just keep going up, y'all.
If you ever go to Crux Pflugerville, let me know.
All the way up there. But yeah, having that activity that gets you out of the house and like keeps you physically fit, I think is super important as game devs because we could just
sit in front of the
sit
screen for hours. You
all
just
the
want to get the blood pumping, even if it's just like stretching in front of your desk,
yeah.
but like facing away from the screen.
Don't look at the screen. Don't look at the screen. Yeah, at the house we have just like a carpet in the middle of our workstations upstairs, and it's just like, okay, the build is loading or it's baking or something's loading, and it's like, all right, I mean, I'll take a stretch, just a quick stretch break, But it actually helps when you go back to it, I think, and so
It clears your mind a bit.
yeah,
Refreshes you.
refreshes, one might say. Yeah, even if it's like going walking before or after work or getting something in that routine, I think finding that if you don't have it already is super helpful, and it's something that we do that's outside of work, but it helps us make our games. Next, connecting. Let's see. There's someone for this one, I forgot. Connecting with people and like finding your community. This slide does not say networking with people intentionally and on purpose because I think
you want to make friends first.
Yeah.
Just like meeting people as people and not as like professionals and people in the industry. Just they're people, and
yeah, getting past like, oh, what that transactional, like, what can you do for me type thing. I think the best path to connecting with another human being is just like being curious, like being open, talking to somebody else, just because you want to know a little bit more about them. Find that little spark,
Yeah, and a good way to do this is to volunteer at events.
Like Fantastic Arcade Games, y'all. Also, this doesn't have to be game dev either. I'd say, so something that Karina and I did is we joined a slow gardening club back in the summer. And it was just like Austin event. And it was cool to meet people like outside of game circle, anything,
People who like don't think about games, who don't know about the game, what game development is just like having that like fresh perspective. You can find inspiration in the strangest of places, and these people have such interesting viewpoints that are always nice to have in your life.
Yeah, it's like, there's so much we can all learn from each other, and finding the people that maybe aren't as like-minded as you is a really good way to do that. And also, if it's like an activity that you both enjoy, at least there's like some connection there, and that just helps you find your community, I feel like.
And on a more game dev related note, there's a lot of, we're gonna do a shout out of all the really cool Austin game dev events and meetups and groups and things.
I see John Henderson. Yes, Austin Beer Night. Beer Night happens. It's on the ATX Game Dev calendar, which
Facebook and Twitter and
Facebook and Twitter.
Maybe something else, but I don't know.
I think like ATX Game Makers is another one. So they have like that calendar. If you're not familiar with that calendar, you should totally let me know. Come talk to me. Come talk to John. John will tell you all about it if you're curious. What else?
There's Games Y'all, there's
Glitch.
Austin Glitch State, there's eGads, which is the game dev org at UT Austin, there's
Game Audio meetup
Game
for all
Audio
of the audio
meetup.
people out there.
There's Women in Games Austin, which is super cool.
True.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
Go
And
meet people.
Oh.
It's fun.
It's an easy way to get out there, I think. I'm gonna move on to the next one. Let's see. We already talked about this. And
I have
it's
one
true. I got seed packets, y'all.
I hope I don't blind anybody with
In the
this.
shovel. But specifically at Merge Conflict, part of our studio motto is making games that bring to light some type of like environmental awareness or just some type of environmental messaging, because it's something that's important to all of us as individuals, and it's something that we bond over, and it's why we founded the studio with the motto that we did. And loving the earth, it makes it easy to find inspiration because the earth friggin' rules.
And so we did some community gardening. We tried to raise our own plants. 2 of the 3 of them have died, but we're trying.
We keep going, okay? I was really holding out for my cucumber baby. This
And
didn't work, though.
maybe your thing is not exactly plants or gardening, but maybe you have another hobby that you're really passionate about that you want other people to care about too, and you can just you can sneak that into your games, you know?
Yeah. And I think Austin's pretty cool because there's a lot of just different things. I mean, I was walking around the building here and I was like, they got a bird watching club somewhere in this city, and I'm looking into it, y'all. But like finding that thing for you, if whatever that spark is and whatever you draw inspiration from, try and chase that a little bit more. That's not in a game dev context. I think is something that we do. I'm so glad that some of us are good at raising plant babies. We have not done very well though. Touching grass though, picnics, blankets. I don't know.
Oh, picnics are awesome.
It's winter though. Maybe
It's like the perfect picnic weather right now. We're getting there.
always good time. Let's see what's next. Media, consuming media, and we brought a book. Do androids dream of sleep?
Of
Sheep.
electric sheep.
Of electric sheep. My bad. Consuming media. So this one's kind of funny because we're probably like out of all the 6 of us, we're probably the least versed in consuming media. So this one's funny to talk about.
We try, but I guess in a better way to phrase it is like when you consume media, be intentional and be present, and think about, even if it's like movies or theater or like books,
Songs,
whatever,
music, whatever.
Use that to fuel your inspiration, to fuel your drive. Like, you can also kind of see everything in a lens of game dev, and sometimes that's really fun to like, oh, I'm an artist, like, how did they do the composition in this movie, and how can I bring this into my own work?
But also, sometimes it's nice to, I'm thinking about game dev all the time. I don't want to think about it at all. Having that thing, whatever that thing is for you, like separating the game dev, just consumption, that could also be a thing. But like, yeah, not, being conscientious of your doom scrolling and the bed rotting, I think especially just because of how the world is right now, it's really easy to get caught in all of the everything all the time. And so I know like something we do, I mean, it's kind of funny. You just like hear game analysis videos coming out of like one of our roommates' bedrooms, and they're just like listening to how Sonic 2 something something something. I'm like, that's amazing.
We're absorbing that knowledge through osmosis.
Passively, yes. Know something about something. Yeah, this is kind of a funny phrase we have is like, if anyone knows anything about anything or something, let me know. And it's like, knowing the something about something in your area, that also helps you just connect with other people, right? At some point down the line, you never know. So having things that you're passionate about and talking about, it's good. Next, let's see. Ooh, we're getting to the end. This one's funny. I have my clicker.
I also have my clicker.
So sharing the brain cell. This means lots of things. There's many interpretations of this. We, as a studio, we got clickers for click holding, one of the indie games from Strange Scaffold. We were inspired, and so our entire, this sound was resonating throughout the house.
Maybe a little too much. I'm at 3,300. I know you passed, like, she looped through it all the way through.
It's quite good. But this slide is sort of like either sharing an experience together. It could be that.
Like, we have movie nights together, even just like going out to eat at the same place, like having that shared experience of like, oh, we had the same food. Like, I think sort of, for one, team building, which is awesome. But also, it gives you something to talk about when you're making your game. Like, oh, this is like that moment in
this
the
movie.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Yeah. Or like the song, like, dude, this this reminds me of this thing that we all collectively shared. So that it could be that interpretation. It could also mean, man, I am not understanding anything those guys over there are talking about, but I respect and trust them, that I'm going to let them have the brain cell in this moment, and I'm going to hand it off to them. And it's sort of trusting your teammates and trusting that where you might be missing in knowledge or lacking, having some kind of gap, trusting them to take care of that or explain it to you in a different way so that you share the brain cell with them. And I think that's, living in a house together is like kind of an unusual experience, an unusual way to make games. But I think this one is sort of integral to how we work.
Yeah, I guess it's true for a lot of small teams where you do a lot of roles as one person, and sometimes it's okay to let go of a role and let somebody take over. And it's something that I have a hard time doing because
Delegation.
Yeah, delegation is something that's always important to keep learning.
But it's also like if you trust that other person to take care of it and you're delegating to them and they trust you, if they have questions, they're going to come to you. They're going to feel more secure about doing the work that you're entrusting them with. If that's just like some kind of feedback loops going all around. And it's kind of cool to see in action. Do you have anything else on this one?
I'm good.
Amazing. I think we're at takeaways now. That was the end. That was a lot of secrets. At least I think so. But with the takeaways, really want to hammer home just being intentional about all of those things. What is it that you do outside of games that inspires you, that you draw inspiration from, that makes your games your games? You know, what is that? And then chase that, look at it, analyze it, but also make sure to take breaks. You know, don't overdo it. Don't overwork yourselves.
Yeah. For self-reflect, kind of what Melody said, like think about the hobbies that you have, about the friends that you surround yourself with, and think about what you spend your time outside of work doing, because you only have so much time that you're awake outside of work and having to actually sustain yourself with food and water and sleep. So make good use of your time.
Yep, and then being open. This one kind of, I should have probably written, be curious. Always just be open to learning, inquisitive, you know. I love learning things, yo. I like knowing about all the things. And even, like, I think that's kind of harder to acknowledge if it's like a rougher day. Maybe you're having a rough day and you're like, man, I don't want to do anything. I think trying to be conscientious of your moods and how can you stay open-minded to things, just in life.
Mm-hmm. And another point on like being open to learn. This is on my mind because yesterday we gave a talk to some middle schoolers about how to make games, and the principal of the school came up to us and was like, "Y'all are so brave for going on this like non-traditional route." And she was like, I went into education. I knew I was going to be a principal. It was like a very safe route. And like, she was like, now I'm stuck. But yeah, you're not.
It was kind of, it was a little, we were just like, man.
Okay. But you're not. Like, don't fall into like the sunk cost fallacy. Like, there's always a moment to learn something new, and you can make that career change. You can go into a different discipline in game dev if you're looking to get out of something. Like, it's never too late to start. Yep. And I know we're really young, so it might not sound like the most, I don't know.
Experience.
Yeah, but if you needed to hear that, then there
Hopefully,
it is.
there it is. Yeah, I like that a lot. And then last takeaway is staying accountable. And I think it's like work from homers. If you know, you know.
It's very easy to extend your lunch break just a little bit longer.
Yeah, nap time McGee over here be taking desk naps. I see you. No, but I think this is, if you're logging hours, if you're, reporting to somebody, being honest, being open, being communicative, being true to like you and your work ethic, whatever that means. I think that's really important, at least for us, running an India studio, living together, living with friends. The different buckets just going on, weaving all around is great. Friends, coworkers, and also roommates. It's quite a mix. And so for us, this is really important. I'm not gonna walk up to the dinner table and start talking about work because it's on my brain, but it might not.
I don't want to think about work at the dinner table.
Not when you're eating delicious food. Yeah, so it's kind of the small things, especially when I guess stakes are high but not high. I don't know. Living together seems like high stakes, but
Yeah.
it's for a long time, so maybe, I don't know. But yeah, I think those are our takeaways, and I think that's wrapping us up because we might be at time. So sounds great. And if anyone has questions, we'll be around. We are volunteering at the Women-Led Games booth, so definitely go check out those and all the other really cool games that are on Showcase. So thank y'all.
Mic check. There you go. Thank you so much, Melody and Karina. Let's get another round of applause for them. We're going to be having an informal Q&A if y'all have time out in the hallway right there. And then, they'll be at the Women-Led Games booth, which is a bunch of really cool curated games made by folks from underrepresented genders. So go check that out as well in the cafetorium.
There's really good international representation, too. The games are really cute. So, 5 different games, 1 booth. Head over there.
And now it's time for you to take a 15-minute break.
See you again soon.